July 22nd, 2024, and I'd like to call the Madison City Council meeting to order. We'd like to begin with an invocation by Reverend C.J. Cobb of Madison Christian Church.
Let us pray. Eternal Spirit, source of all excellence, inspire us as though the sun of the new springtime has risen upon us. Carry us out of inner darkness and gloom into light. O Holy One, we pause to thank you for the strength of character, the capacity for sacrifice, and the courage, unselfishness, and loyalty to the cause of democracy. Help us in these days to refresh our faith, not only in you, but also in the possibilities embedded in humanity. Eternal One, lay your strong hands upon these noble qualities which many perversely use for destructive ends, and turn them by your grace into redeeming ends, to build a decent, caring nation, state, and community for all our friends and neighbors. O loving Creator, who's like the ocean is not only vast but near, close to our souls, be near to us these days. We need Thee. Those who are weak and powerless are in dangerous places. The news of strife and hate grows frequent and familiar. We have been cast into strange places, met with heavy strains, burdened by poignant uncertainty. We are called on for the task beyond our unaided strength, beset with temptation that can defeat our weak resolve. We need keen focus and forgiveness, a restored faith, that we may rise above the clamors of the world, undaunted by its pitfalls and adequate for its opportunities. So meet these needs this day with renewed strength and hope. May we all be servants for all your people. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Finley.
Here.
Councilmember Wroblewski. Councilmember Spears.
Here.
Councilmember Powell.
Here.
Councilmember Shaw.
Here.
Councilmember Bartlett.
Here.
Councilmember Denzine.
Here.
Councilmember Seifert.
Here.
All right, under amendments to the agenda, I have walking on a presentation by the Madison Chamber under item 7. And I have a correction on the consent agenda, item C, resolution number 2024-221-R. The amount should be $148,074.78 in place of $147,074.78. But the resolution in the packet is correct. And with that, those are the only amendments that we have for the agenda tonight. Next, we have approval of minutes number 2024-13-RG.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion and second. Any discussion? Ready for a vote?
Councilmember Spears.
Aye.
Councilmember Shaw.
Aye.
Council President Bartlett.
Aye.
Councilmember Wroblewski. Councilmember Powell.
Aye.
Councilmember Denzine.
Aye.
Councilmember Seifert.
Aye.
And the motion passes. And now we have the Madison Chamber for under presentation and awards. Welcoming Michelle Epling.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. The mission of the Madison Chamber of Commerce is to create community connections and grow businesses. And it is my honor to notify City Council tonight that in 2024, we are an officially Alabama accredited Chamber of Commerce with the Alabama Chamber of Commerce Association. The Madison Chamber of Commerce membership growth.
Is it on?
Is it on?
Side. Button.
There you go. It's a little red button. Hold on.
He'll bring it to you.
Okay, I don't want to break it.
It's still not working.
There we go. I got it.
You need a clapper.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so starting over, a brief snapshot in our 2.5-year history is we have grown and have seen a huge jump in membership from 259 members to, we are proud to say, we've had a 60% growth in membership in 2024. We've seen the same thing with our events as well. It has more than tripled. A quick highlight on our social media impact, we have over 11,000 social media followers across all platforms, with over 4,000 email subscribers, which equates to 145,000 business owners have read our newsletter in the last 12 months. You know, we work every day to truly represent Madison well. These are the pillars that we, on behalf of the Board of Directors and our team, work moving forward towards in 2025. And those pillars are advocacy, being a community convener, visibility, and workforce and education. And we would love the honor to be invited to a work session. As you can see, there's a lot of information under each one of these pillars. And we would love the opportunity to go into a deeper dive on what each one of those means for our residents, our business owners, and Madison in general. Our members tell us every day that we have helped put Madison on the map, and our chamber's reputation of being a solid community partner for the last 31 years allows our residents and business owners to truly plant their roots. As you can see, our event attendance has tripled over the last year. When you talk, we are a driver for economic development. We heard just last month from Madison Chamber member Chris Lindsay with First National Bank, because he attended a business over breakfast event, and we did an economic update on what's happening within the city of Madison, that's truly made him a better banker in helping, being able to talk about credit decisions with local Alabama Madison projects in the town Madison area. So what that means to our city is we truly are building and will continue to build One Madison. Through Celebrate Madison, our Hot Cocoa Shop Local campaign we've done last year for the holiday season, it'll happen again this year, our Chamber Cup, partnering with the shops of downtown, with the Wassail Festival, with the Glow Stick Parade we do right before Mayor Finley lights the Christmas trees. This truly happens because we believe in building Madison together with you and the city. We also host, and I don't know if City Council, all of you guys know this, we host what we call a One Madison meeting in partnership with Mayor Finley. So we bring together Rotary, the Madison Street Festival, MVP, Town Madison, Trash Pandas, and Quarterly, and Chief Gandy and Chief Bailey come. And we all sit around a table and we give updates, and so much cross-collaboration in their school systems. Dr. Nichols and Lee Shaw come to that, and it has happened in truly connecting Madison as one. So with that being said, we just want to make sure that you guys understand everything we're doing. I know this was a very high-level overview of what's happened in the last 2.5 years, and we would love to come to a work session and do a deeper dive, but we could not have reached these milestones, the accreditation and growth, without your partnership, without Mayor Finley's partnership. And so we just wanted to say thank you and just continue to update on what we've been doing.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Michelle. That was wonderful.
Liaison, do you have anything you want to add?
Well, I made her keep it really short tonight, and that's on me. But it's so exciting, everything that the Chamber is doing and is involved in. There is constantly, I'm getting invites to all these different ribbon cuttings, all sorts of events. And there is a renewed excitement about the Chamber in the last couple of years that is very, very obvious. And I think it is just a testament to our ambassadors, our board, Michelle, her team. The entire group has really been focusing on building the Chamber into a one-stop shop for Madison, basically. Mm-hmm. Obviously, teaming with other entities to do that. But I'm really proud of y'all and everything that y'all have accomplished.
Thank you. And we do have some board members and team here tonight. So, yeah.
And I'd echo that. I think the one thing Michelle and her team have done really well is their ambassadors are, I don't know how many you have right now, but it's
49.
49. There you go. It's a strong group of folks. And to me, where that makes the biggest difference is every one of these ribbon cuttings we go to, it's not a problem for Chicken Salad Chick or the big guys to get a bunch of people there. But some of these small business owners that all of a sudden have invested a large amount, and when a bunch of ambassadors and a couple of us show up, it truly means something to them, and I think they're building their team, and that's just one of the things that we're doing really well. So appreciate all you guys, but thanks for the update.
Thank you, Michelle, and congratulations on the growth. Okay, next we will move to public comments. Public comments are limited to 3 minutes per speaker. When you approach the dais, please state your name and the district where you reside. And we have one comment card turned in by Carissa Callan.
Good afternoon, Mayor Finley and council members. My name is Carissa Callan. I do not live in Madison city limits, but I am a patron of the Madison Library. The Huntsville-Madison County Public Library Board of Trustees met last week for their first public meeting since the APLS code changes were approved. I was very relieved to hear that they will be looking at updating their policy to comply with changes, though I sensed some hesitation and concern over how the implementation would actually look. And I realized that doing the right thing often means more work and more effort, and that's what I teach my own kids anyway. If my son wants to be first string on the football team, he knows he's got to work extra hard during practice. Likewise, if we want our library system to shine as one of the best in the state, then we're going to have to work hard to make it so, but it's worth the effort. Also at the Huntsville-Madison County Public Library Board meeting last week was a determination by the board on the placement of the young adult book, All Boys Aren't Blue. While the memoir does have compelling stories of the author's childhood and family relationships, it also, by the author's own admission in the preface, is, quote, a bit graphic in his retelling of his sexual molestation by an older cousin, and particularly of his first consensual sex at the age of 21. And I just want to remind you, young adult is for ages 13 to 17, so obviously not 21. So I'm very thankful, and that's why I'm here tonight, I'm very thankful for the 4 board members who openly said that they read the book, and then they each offered their own thoughts and concerns. It was evident that each of these 4 had taken the placement of this book very seriously. Mrs. Barnett, I personally want to thank you for being one of those who read the book and weighed its placement in light of your own community and potential readers. In fact, of the 4 who acknowledged that they read the book, 3 of them voted that it needed to be moved up to the adult section due to its graphic sexual content, particularly when he was 21, that the author included. So Ms. Bartlett, again, I thank you. These are interesting times that we're living in. Politically, we've seen a lot in the last 10 days. And then locally and nationally, who knew a year ago that the library was going to be the focus of a war for the hearts, minds, soul, and body of our children? I sure didn't think so. But more and more families across the county and the city are waking up to the content in the kids' public library books and wondering how it ended up there in the first place. Children are not emotionally mature for some of these topics and themes, and I'm thankful that the board members stood up last week for some of these things, and I'm looking forward to the board's policy changes that are coming that will help stop the influx of future books for minors. So I wanted to come say thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to address the council who did not turn in a comment card?
Margie Daly, Karen's District, resident 21 years, homeowner 21 years. Leave it better than you found it. You know, that's kind of what we're hoping you guys will do with our city. I came to 2 presentations on this Evergreen and the everybody gets a trophy type salary basis. They're a certified DEI firm. They've been around about 5 years, and it's, you want to jump 2 grades, it's going to cost the taxpayers $2 million. You want to push it through in 1 year instead of 2 years. America is a merit-based system. Evergreen is not. Evergreen's plan is not. I agree that some employees might need increases in pay, like police and fire. But if, you know, we don't base the city employees on a merit-based system and everybody gets a trophy, this is not good for our city. And I noticed that it was sometime, the resolutions were 2023-263. That approved the Evergreen solution. We paid them $46,500. And in the same council in August of 23, 2023-262 was reclassifying jobs. So if we were going to do this, why did we start reclassifying jobs the same day we hired this DEI consulting firm, Evergreen. Why didn't we wait to declassify those other jobs if you were thinking about pushing this on us? Also, you guys got an extra year in office. Right now, you should be leaving or reelected. And to do all this kind of huge stuff in the last few months that you have, which would not have been your legal term had the governor not given you an extra year. So I am against this DEI Evergreen initiative, and I would hope that some of the council looks into it and sees exactly what it is, and when they were developed developed for one specific purpose. Everybody gets a trophy, whether you come to work or you don't come to work, whether you do your job or you don't do your job. We give a good set of benefits here, and I think that we should really consider turning this down. The other thing is the light on Hughes and Eastview. They're giving a yellow arrow telling cars they have the right of way when they give the walk sign on the east-west. North-south gets a yellow light. I almost got hit, and the woman screaming at me, telling me...
Thank you, Ms. Daly. Your time is up. Is there anyone else who'd like to address the council? Please come forward.
Good evening, Council. Tara Bailey, District 5. I'm here tonight to urge you to pass proposed ordinance number 2024-206, amending the city's code of ordinances to exempt hearing aids from sales and use tax. I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the Council and City Attorney Brian Kilgore for their efforts in drafting the ordinance. This is a significant step forward in supporting our residents who rely on hearing aids for their daily lives. 1 in 10 people have a hearing loss great enough to impact their lives, which translates to almost 500,000 people in Alabama. Removing the sales tax on hearing aids will provide essential relief to these individuals, many of whom are among the most vulnerable citizens. Currently, Alabama is one of only 3 states that tax hearing aid devices. None of our neighboring states, Mississippi, Georgia, Tennessee, or Florida, tax hearing aids. This places an unfair burden on our citizens and puts our businesses at a competitive disadvantage. State Representative Margie Wilcox proposed the removal of the sales tax on hearing aids after learning that one of her constituents paid nearly $1,000 in taxes on a hearing aid. HB 51 helped eliminate the state sales tax on hearing aids, but it's still up to each municipality and county to approve the abatement. By passing this ordinance, Madison will become the first city in Alabama to take this important step, setting a precedent for others to follow. I urge you all to vote in favor of this ordinance. Additionally, I ask the council members to reach out to their counterparts in surrounding cities and counties to encourage them to adopt similar measures. Together, we can lead the way in making hearing aids more accessible and affordable for everyone who needs them. Thank you for your dedication and hard work on this important issue.
Thank you, Ms. Bailey. Is there anyone else who would like to address the council? Seeing none, we will close public comments and move to the consent agenda and Finance Committee report.
Okay, the Finance Committee met this morning and reviewed the regular and periodic bills. Also tonight on the consent agenda, we are authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with Chase Payment Tech for payment processing for the building department. We've got the insurance settlement for Main Street Cafe for the fire. The city owns that building. Authorizing the amendment to contract for WOW to cover the community center. We've got a GEICO insurance coverage of a damage which occurred to a guardrail on Seegers. Yeah, on Seegers. We've got, we're authorizing an amended agreement with Tyler Technologies for the processing of business licenses. We are authorizing the renewal of the contract with Raintree Systems for tax and business license audit, or auditing services, excuse me. We're authorizing the engineering department to solicit bids for the signal and pedestrian improvements at Hughes and Mill/Portal intersection. And we've got the 8th draw for In-Finger Development. We're accepting a donation of $30 from L. Tucker and a donation for $350 from Joseph and Mary Duffy for the Safe Haven baby boxes. And with that, I move to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Okay, motion, second by Powell. Any comments? Ready for a vote?
Councilmember Spears,
Aye.
Councilmember Powell,
Aye.
Council President Bartlett,
Aye.
Councilmember Wroblewski, Councilmember Shaw,
Aye.
Councilmember Denzine,
Aye.
Councilmember Seifert.
Aye.
Motion passes. Next is presentations and reports, beginning with Mayor Finley.
Okay, and a couple quick things. Probably the biggest one is we are in the middle of budget discussions right now throughout the city in all facets. One of the things Gerald had been working on, just, to let council know, the Public Safety Annex, or Building 23A, about $2.3 million over when we bid it, what we expected it to come in at, or from the monies that we have in the bank with what we would need to finish it. So one of the things Gerald's done is he's broken that down into the whys behind some of the increases, which make perfect sense. And we're going to come back to you guys with some sort of proposal on moving forward exactly as is, and here's why, or rebidding it based on, and this is what we will bring it back to. So let you know that probably by the next meeting we'll have information there. Also, a lot of really appreciate Steve Smith and a lot of what he's doing right now in working with Roger to close out, or try to close out with ALDOT, several of the big projects that we have, Zrt Road, Balch Road, County Line 565. So all of those, to see what monies we would be able to put into our bond fund to be able to do some of the bigger projects that engineering has scheduled. So all of that to say there's a lot going on right now. And then lastly, what Margie talks about, the Evergreen study, the company that came in, what we asked them to do is look at a system that helps us retain and recruit. And that's what they've done, is given us a system, and it is fair. And I will say, when you go back to everybody gets a trophy, I think the one responsibility we have as a mayor and the managers is to make sure that if they get their trophy, they did what they were supposed to be doing. Government is different than a lot of times the research park world. It is a career that they're building, and part of what we want is to find the value of the experience with the same passion at working at a pace that really, truly makes a difference. And every hire that we have needs to mean something. It goes back to our mission statement. So I appreciate the challenge of, is it something like that? And if it and it's not, what we're looking to do is make sure that we are as competitive as we can to get every one of these positions filled quickly and with the best possible people we can. So it will be on us to make sure it's not just that. I appreciate what all of our team is, because I'll end with saying that I should not be here right now, because from a travel standpoint I was not planning on being here. But between maintenance problems, airport weather, and then what happened last Friday, I'm here. But I'll tell you this, over the span of being in an airport pretty much 2 days, you start appreciating customer service. You truly, truly do. And, and I just know there's people here in City Hall that are working hard every day to make a difference each time they touch somebody. And if we're not, that's on us, and we want to continue to get better. But I'll tell you, there's 2 or 3 of those people that, all you want to do is give them a hug, because at least they made you feel like we got it and we're at least listening. So if nothing else, that message is going to make sure it gets back to our folks. So let's continue to focus on trying to make a positive difference. And the biggest way we're going to do that is making sure our budget goes as far as it can. So from there, thanks for giving me a couple minutes.
Okay, thank you. District 2.
Yes. On Saturday, the Chamber had a first responders picnic over at Sunshine Oaks, and it was great. They had Lawler's barbecue. They had Jeremiah's frozen shave ice. They had all sorts of activities for kids. The playground over there was perfect fit for those activities there. Chief Bailey, love him. He was in the dunk booth, y'all. He was there were firefighters everywhere. Everybody was enjoying it, and this was the first year they've done it. I think it was a success. I hope that they will continue to do it, and that we'll get even more and more of our first responders to attend with their families. And it's just a small way that our chamber is saying thank you to the people who give so much to our community. This morning we had a discussion during Finance Committee, and we had moved Finance Committee to the morning because of some scheduling that different members had and needed to move it to accommodate that. But now those needs are no longer there, so we're going to move it back to 5 p.m. on the day of the second council meeting. So the fourth Monday of the month at 5 p.m. will be the Finance Committee meeting. Also, I attended an Alabama League of Municipalities board meeting, and I got some information there I wanted to share with y'all. ALM is going to offer an opioid settlement webinar. The dates that have not been confirmed yet, but they will be sending something out, so y'all keep an eye out for that, because that's something we'll want to make sure we get covered. The 2024 Municipal Resources Guide is on the website, as is the 2024 Municipal Reporting Guide. And I got some more information on the Mandatory Training Act, the Municipal Officials Training Act. It takes effect January 1st. The Training Act requires that all mayors, and council members complete 10 hours of training annually during their first term in office. If they've completed the basic CMO certification, they're exempt from that 10-hour requirement, but they still have to do 5 hours a year. And so that means during your first term in office, you have to get 40 hours of training and then 20 hours for each term after that. And then you can begin getting these hours before January 1st. There are still some training opportunities coming up this year, and they have online training also available that you can sign up for, and that can cover your hours. If you are already a certified basic CMO, then you only have to get 20 hours this term. So that would be this year and next year.
How is that enforced?
I don't know. They did not give us that information, but I do have a handout on it that I'm happy to send to y'all.
Okay.
I'm not sure how it's going to be enforced, but the legislature gave us that present too, along with our bonus year, Margie. We got a requirement for training. So I can ask that question. If it's not in this, I'll look at it, and I'll scan this and send it to all of you. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Connie. District 3?
I just real quick, I kind of want to echo what the mayor said about, when you travel, you go somewhere else, and I've traveled quite a bit here the last couple of weeks, and, just being on different roads, going to different cities, I invite any of you, go to those places, see their roads, see their cities, see their community, and come back and tell me that they're a better place. I can assure you 9 out of 10 times you're going to say you're glad you live in Madison. So that's all I want to do, and just thank everybody that makes those things great, and thank all of our employees and everybody that does that.
Thank you. District 4?
No new business.
District 6?
All right. First, I'd like to start with, I went to a school board meeting recently, and at that meeting, they approved the contract for the enrichment center. Now, this is a thing that's very near to my heart. It is caring for the mental health of our students in the school system, and I was thrilled to see what they have approved for this coming year. They now will have one full-time person at each Bob Jones and at James Clemens now. So there'll be somebody there for the children of the high school. The 3 middle schools, they put 3 days towards them, And then the elementary schools, it's divided 2 days. So there are 7 different people that are watching over our children in a way that really matters. And I was talking to Allison about it after the meeting, and she said the most amazing thing is these children have no stigmatism, or they don't feel stigmatized by going. In fact, they talk to their friends and say, this person really helped me. If you're having issues, go talk to them. It really helps. And to just have that confidence and that trust within the children, that they can go and talk to these people, I think is amazing. So I am just absolutely thrilled that they are doing this. There's a list of all the numbers and that sort of thing, the different things, the anxiety, the grief, the adjustment, the self-esteem, depression, poor decision-making, just so much that they work with these children on, and the number of hours that they put in is just amazing. And so I just wanted to thank the school system for really watching over our children in this way and providing them with the care that they need, especially after everything that happened with COVID and how that was so difficult for our children. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Also, on July 10th, I met with the Madison Visionary Partners at their board meeting. They are now starting to look at putting together a new mission statement, things that they can focus on to bring more funding into the city for the things that the people want. And they work so well together. It's an amazing board. They are separate of us. They have their own, the board decides who works on, what different projects they take on and sort of thing. They're not part of us. I just keep having to make that clear because a lot of people keep wanting to put them under us, and they are their own entity. And I just think they are doing so much good for the city, and I appreciate the fact that they come and let me sit in and even be part of the discussion on what their new mission statement will be. So, and they have so many things going on. They have the arts thing with the concerts in the park, and they also have the Thursday nights over at in town where the people can come and shop and spend their money here in the city. I think the next one for that is July 18th. So yeah, they just continue to give so much support to our city, and I appreciate that. So that is all I have. Thank you.
District 7.
No new business.
Okay, I just have resolution number 2024-218-R, authorizing the video recording, archiving, and publishing of the July 17th, 2024 City Council work session.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion and second. Ready for a vote.
Councilmember Spears.
Aye.
Councilmember Shaw.
Aye.
Council President Bartlett.
Aye.
Councilmember Wroblewski. Councilmember Powell.
Aye.
Councilmember Denzine.
Aye.
Councilmember Seifert.
Aye.
And the motion passes. And finally, I'd like to thank Tara Bailey, who spoke this evening about bringing to our attention the state statute that revoked the sales tax for the hearing aids. And I want to thank her for bringing it to our attention. I want to thank my fellow council members who agreed to discuss this at our last work session. And so I'm very grateful to her and very grateful to all of you that we can consider that this evening. And we have no board or committee appointments or public hearings, so we will move to department reports with engineering.
All right, first I have resolution number 2024-216R. This is authorizing a professional services agreement with a GTEC for construction, compaction, and material testing for the retaining wall on project 22024. That's the Mill Road Ditch Project, amount not to exceed $26,490 to be paid from Fund 38.
Second.
Motion second. Any questions? Ready for a vote?
Councilmember Powell. Aye. Councilmember Shaw.
Aye.
Council President Bartlett.
Aye.
Councilmember Wroblewski. Councilmember Spears.
Aye.
Councilmember Denzine. Aye. Councilmember Seifert.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay, next I have resolution number 2024-219R, acceptance of Kaiser Boulevard, Westchester Drive, right-of-way extension into the City of Madison Maintenance Program.
Second.
Motion second, any questions?
All the I's been dotted and T's crossed.
Yes, sir.
Things that Maura was asking.
That's right. Yes.
Drove it the other day too, it looks good.
Yeah. So I should ask you, right?
Yeah, well, you can ask him, for sure.
I trust him.
I would too, on that, for sure.
Okay, I think
X and
we're
Y,
ready
good
for vote.
connection. For the roads.
Councilmember Powell.
Aye.
Councilmember Shaw.
Aye.
Council President Bartlett.
Aye.
Councilmember Wroblewski. Councilmember Spears.
Aye.
Councilmember Denzine.
Aye.
Councilmember Seifert.
Aye.
Motion passes.
All right, next I have resolution number 2024-228R. This is authorizing a change order number 3. This is to the agreement with AECom Technical Services for roadway lighting modifications to bid number 2022-009 ITB. This is the Town Madison Interchange Phase 2 flyover project. The amount is $59,440.92 to be paid from 2022 I-565 flyover bond account.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion is second. Any questions about this?
I think just a comment about it. This is one of those things the state sends down to us to pay for and really doesn't help us out. So it was just an inspection, and because they changed their codes, we ended up with a pass-along bill. So that's why this is.
So one of the things I will do, whether you pass it, we're still going. Curtis Vincent called him today. Was going to go talk to him to not only talk about this one again. It's bid, and then they change the specs. They bring it to the newest specs, making sure we don't have anything else that down the road that we're going to miss. But also ask, is this precedent that they're passing all of this stuff down? We're not the only ones that are in this position, but we will ask to get out of it if we can, but typically this is passed down from them because of their inspections, and we are responsible for it.
Any other comments?
No, Steve did write us a very nice letter explaining it, and I thought it actually was a really good safety issue. So instead of running into these steel beams, they actually would collapse and stuff. So it actually is a good safety thing for the city.
The option was either to do that or relocate it, and several of them couldn't be relocated because of how close they were to the wall.
Safety
I
first.
think ultimately it's the best path forward. I guess where I was, and I sent the email about it, was my concern was the fact that it number one, it was not in the agenda review. I've already talked with Steve about that. I think we got a path forward on that. Just from a standpoint of, hey, heads up, don't know all the details, here's the info, kind of gives us a heads up of what's coming, right? So everything's good there. But from the standpoint, too, of these things coming from the state, I mean, I get that requirements change. I mean, heck, we pass new building codes, all the time. So I get that, but at the same time, and I think this is where you're trying to go is, hey, is there something we can do here to work together on these things? Because, I mean, if there's they're all the time wanting to cost share and this and that. It would be nice if that maybe went the other way too, of, hey,
well, and
we didn't change the requirement.
One of the biggest things it's done is in already pushing to get this, Steve was able to get another contact within ALDOT to close out or get close to closing out 2 other projects that in turn will help finalize. It's a kind of a consistent, 2015 was 565 and County Line. That's when it opened. And we're still getting something every once in a while. Because, again, it's a federal project, and they're meeting the federal criteria, and that just adds the expense to it. But with that said, if we're going to talk to him, and Curtis would have met with me already, but he's out of state with a family medical situation. He'd be back by the end of this week, and he said, hey, we'll meet then and talk. So.
Cool.
Okay, y'all ready for a vote?
Councilmember Powell.
Aye.
Councilmember Shaw.
Aye.
Council President Bartlett.
Aye.
Councilmember Wroblewski. Councilmember Spears.
Aye.
Councilmember Denzine.
Aye.
Councilmember Seifert.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you, Michael. Facilities and grounds.
Gerald, I got to tell you, it feels very comfortable up here this evening. Very, very comfortable.
So we'll leave that alone. We have one resolution for consideration tonight.
No, we won't either, sir.
Authorizing
Got all choked up, huh?
an amendment to contract agreement between Jana King to change the beginning date for the community center.
Move to approve. Second.
Motion second, any questions?
We talked about at the review, was there anything we looked at or found in doing so that was a negative or adverse effect on the city that would erode all or maybe more than what is in the, oh gosh, I just had a brain fart on what the contract term is, but there's damages, basically.
Damages?
Yeah.
So we don't have anything else this time that it would affect moving the opening date back, no.
Cool. All right.
And there still remains a 12-month contract. We're just moving the start date back 30 days.
Okay.
Okay, ready for a vote?
Councilmember Shaw?
Aye.
Councilmember Powell?
Aye.
Council President Bartlett?
Aye.
Councilmember Wroblewski? Councilmember Spears?
Aye.
Councilmember Denzine? Councilmember Seifert?
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you, Gerald. IT.
Resolution number 2024-227-R, authorizing a sublease with Crown Castle for placement of 2 antennas on the Rainbow Mountain Tower.
Move to approve. Second.
Okay, motion second. Any questions? Ready for a vote?
Councilmember Powell?
Aye.
Councilmember Shaw?
Aye.
Council President Bartlett?
Aye.
Councilmember Wroblewski? Councilmember Spears?
Aye.
Councilmember Denzine? Councilmember Seifert?
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you. Legal.
Good evening. We have proposed ordinance number 2024-206, which is amending the city's code of ordinances to exempt hearing aids from sales and use tax.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion and second. Any discussion?
I would volunteer. One of the things council had asked a couple of different times, and Yvonne in revenue was able to give, but I want to make sure everybody else has it here. Revenue for the hearing aids received in 2023 was $19,656. In 2024 to date, January through June, about $16,000. So that's, when you're asking what are we giving, that's the revenue. I'll simply add, just from my standpoint, what are we getting? There are two things. One, I think it is critical for a lot of folks who, especially elderly on fixed income, that this is the time that they need it. And that is something that makes a difference. And I can tell you my mom is a perfect example. She didn't have hearing aids, very vain in one sense, and she'd tell you that till she's about 84, 85. But I think she just finally decided she was tired of losing out on the conversation. And she went and got hearing aids, and it was a stretch for her. And she's now involved in conversations she's never been in before. And I just think it's a huge thing. So I am, one of my concerns would be to just keep going, hearing aids and glasses, and, but I do think this is one, especially in the age group where it's going to make the biggest difference. It will truly be something positive.
Expense too. I mean, if you go by glasses as opposed to hearing aids, there's a huge difference in cost. So this one makes a lot of sense.
Right, and we're going to track the timing with the state law so that we all go into effect at the same time.
Perfect.
And I think we're the first city to pass this exemption for hearing aid sales tax. Okay. Y'all ready for a vote? Sure. All right.
Councilmember Spears?
Aye.
Councilmember Shaw?
Aye.
Council President Bartlett?
Aye.
Councilmember Wroblewski? Councilmember Powell?
Aye.
Councilmember Denzine? Councilmember Seifert?
Aye.
Motion passes. We're the first. Congratulations. Yay. All right, police.
Teddy's favorite guy.
It is my favorite. You're my favorite person. I know you got a gun, but.
Right. As you know, every year before school starts, we always renew a memorandum of understanding with the schools for two distinct areas. One is for school crossing guards, and the other is for school resource officers. And it outlines the payment sharing cost with the schools, and also the delineating jobs, roles, and responsibilities, and chain of command. So Resolution 2024-213R is authorizing the mayor to enter into agreement with Madison Board of Education for the provision of school crossing guards for the 2024-25 school year.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion, second by Shaw. Ready for a vote?
Councilmember Denzine.
Aye.
Councilmember Shaw.
Aye.
Council President Bartlett.
Aye.
Councilmember Wroblewski. Councilmember Spears.
Aye.
Councilmember Powell.
Aye.
Councilmember Seifert.
Aye.
Motion passes.
And 2024-214R is authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the school board for provision of school resource officers for the same period.
Second.
Okay, motion by Powell, second by Shaw. Ready for a vote?
Councilmember Powell.
Aye.
Councilmember Shaw.
Aye.
Council President Bartlett.
Aye.
Councilmember Wroblewski. Councilmember Spears.
Aye.
Councilmember Denzine.
Aye, excuse me.
Councilmember Seifert.
Aye.
And the motion passes. Thank you, Chief.
Thank
Any miscellaneous announcements? All right, we're adjourned.
It's great to have high rankings, both nationally and at a state level. But what we truly have is an incredibly positive quality of life. One that has lots of activities to do, great restaurants to go to, a ton of diversity as people continue to move in here from different places. It's a unique city that continues to grow on all of us.
Diversity is key to the success of Madison. We have so many people from so many different countries and continents and cultures. I think there are over 100 languages spoken in our school system. And I think the great thing about the diversity of Madison is the information and the difference of opinions and cultures that it brings to our city. We are a true melting pot.
I appreciate that you can talk to your neighbors and you can see someone at the grocery store and engage in conversation and talk to 15 minutes and feel like you have a new friend. I enjoy the friendliness of our community.
Undoubtedly, the people are the best thing about Madison. Madison has a strong spirit that comes through our schools, through our people, through everyone you meet is just so friendly.
I think the best thing about Madison is that we have big town perks but a small town feel. You can really access everything that you want within 5 miles of here. There's so many cool businesses that are right in our backyard, but really it's a small town at heart.
It's the community feel. It's the getting together. It's a Madison Street Festival. I mean, it just is a great opportunity for everybody to come together.